Hi, this is a speed build. Hello everyone, how y'all doing? Hope you're doing well. Today, as you can see by the title and by the little intro, it's a speed build. I'm making a neighborhood. That's all you need to know. So it's been quite a while since I've done a speed build. I don't really do them anymore. No particular reason other than the fact that I'm simply just bored of them now. Like, don't get me wrong, I love watching speed builds. A lot of people make them and they're fun to watch. I don't know, it's just for me personally, when it comes to actually like editing them, it really is just speeding up the footage, adding a voiceover and some cute music. There's not really much else you can do with them, so kind of why I've been not doing them anymore. I've been trying out other things instead, but you know, today I wasn't exactly in the mood to talk while playing the game, so I just kind of wanted a little break from that. So yeah, we're getting a speed build today. Hope that's all right with y'all. But yeah, as you can see by the build that's already playing, basically what I've done is I've moved a bunch of houses behind Sprocket and Margie's in that whole area, and I kind of turned like the area into a little dirt spatch thing. There's a lot of dirt pads everywhere, and right now I'm just kind of adding the path trademark. It's the same one that I used on Elvenu, just around the area to kind of make like a little hiking trail kind of thing. It's pretty much inspired by like, you know, areas that I actually live nearby in real life. I've talked about it before. I basically live in a suburban neighborhood, but like 40 minutes up north from my house, there's a lot of like foresty, countryside, all that fun jazz, you know. That's kind of the inspiration for the island as a whole. It's very much inspired by that area. Here's a quick pause to show Daisy May sneezing. She's so gross. But like, yeah, back to what I was saying before. I live in an area in the GTA in Ontario, Canada. I don't want to dox myself, so I'm not going to say where it is. But basically nearby, there's a hiking trail that's called Fallbrook. That's what the island's named after. And pretty much the entire city and all that shit, you know, kind of the inspiration for the island. So lots of trees, lots of nature in general, kind of like this area right here. Lots of trees, lots of nature, lots of dirt pads. And like, speaking of that area, basically today I went on a hike in the little mountain neighborhood place that this thing was inspired by. I went on a hike up that hill and it was great. It was fun. It was cute. Might add some photos, might not. Who knows? We'll see. But basically the funniest thing happened today. As I was walking back to my car, I was, you know, just minding my business, doing whatever. And then all of a sudden I twisted my foot and now my ankle's sprained, which is just so funny because literally I hiked up a freaking hill, a long ass hill with lots of bumpy pads and shit like that. I was completely fine, but literally walking on a flat road back to my car where there's nothing dangerous to worry about, my ankle decides right then and there to just give up and sprain. So now I can't walk, and that's been very fun. Tangent aside, and back to the build. As you can see, it was just mainly me figuring out the path for the most part. That's what 90% of this build is. And right here you can see this is kind of what I do to like blend in the path when I layer it on top of the in-game path and then have it go onto grass. Basically what I do is I use, well, leaf piles. That's the best way to sum it up, to kind of just cover the awkward edges, and it ends up looking really cute. And it's just a nice little way to make your paving seem a little more interesting than just a bunch of designs on the ground. And I would say like another way to kind of make your paving look interesting is to really just break it up in between every now and then, not just have like one continuous path from one end to another. Kind of use like all the corner pieces and all the other pieces to kind of just like break it up and have like multiple shapes instead of just one continuous one, just so that it kind of looks more natural, especially because a lot of these paths, like the ones I'm using, is really like a natural path. So it just kind of helps to, once again, make your island look more interesting. I don't know how else to describe it. Yeah, and basically right now I'm just working on Beau's house first. As you can see, I moved Beau to the top of the hill because he deserves the best view of the lake right behind, which, by the way, I forgot to mention, I think I have a lake on my island, as you can see. Yeah, and right about now I haven't really done anything else to Beau's house by this point, so you can see right here, once again, planning out some trees. Since I was gonna be using a lot of trees in this area, normally I put the trees down first and then do all the furniture and fencing, but since the trees were gonna like basically block the way and not allow me to see anything, I decided to put them last. So I used a little tree flag that comes with the game when you first start off to kind of just plan out where the trees were gonna go, and then just use my imagination to think if it was gonna look good. Pro tip, plan before you do things. That's a great way to live your life. Anyways, Happy June. It's officially summertime. Now that it's summertime, the best thing to come in the summer are the summer weeds in Animal Crossing. I'm so excited for them. Oh my god, they look so good on my island. My island is so much more powerful now that it's officially summertime. And not only in Animal Crossing are we much more powerful, but also in real life because the leaves are finally growing on the trees again. A lot of trees have leaves now. So pretty. And yeah, quick pause. Sprocket and Melba. I don't know why they're hanging out a lot lately. Last you saw, they were fighting constantly, but they've made up for some reason. I feel like Sprocket is trying to be the miscongeniality of the island. It's very strange because originally I thought Sprocket was going to be the villain of the island, but as we saw in my Nooks Crannies video, he was kind of like the problem solver between Agnes and Margie, and now he's really, really close with Melba and everybody else on the island, myself included. So Sprocket's really had his redemption story within the first month of the island. Good for him. But speaking of villains, Chatter, he's still on my island, and that is sick and twisted, just like my ankle. But back to the build, as you can see, still working on Beau's house. I'm trying to go for like a more rundown, off the grid style with Beau's house, which now that I'm saying that out loud, realizing it's very similar to Teddy's house over on El New, my previous island. I know that this island looks like El New. Shut up. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But like, I really did like that theme on El New, and I figured why not just have some elements of said theme on the new island, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But the funny thing about El New for me personally is that honestly, I didn't really have a theme with that island. I'm gonna be honest, like yes, it was very like rural and kind of urban-ish. I don't know, but I don't really consider it to be like a specific theme. I don't know. I found that like if I just like locked myself in one theme, I keep saying theme, I'm sorry, it was just gonna kind of like hold me back creatively. So like I said whatever, basically whatever Neko Falls did on her island, or Maya Crossing, or Cheesecake 2-1-1-2, I would basically just copy them instead. So basically I would say that the theme of LD was very much just copycat core times 1,000 trees. And that statement stands true with my current island of Fallbrook. You can see there's a lot of like urban elements, but also a lot of foresty, kind of cottage core sort of, since I'm using a lot of items from Windle, which was a cottage core island, kind of spring core. I don't know, I'm just basically mixing up a bunch of themes, and whatever looks cute, I'm just gonna go with it. Fuck the themes. I shouldn't swear, I'm sorry, but fuck the themes. Okay, there's a fucking child who's right outside my window who is fucking screaming. Shut up. Sorry, that was rude. I shouldn't be screaming at children. That is very sick and twisted of me, just like my ankle. Anyways, they finally announced the cast of All-Star 6 for Drag Race. I'm very excited for this season. Oh my god, like every season, but especially this one, just because honestly, even though they're not getting a lot of hype, I'm kind of excited for the cast. I honestly feel like it's a star-studded cast, even though they weren't necessarily like the main characters on their seasons, a lot of them. I still think they're a pretty stellar bunch. I'm very excited for the season overall. Who are y'all rooting for? Personally, I'm rooting for Ginger, of course. I love Ginger. She was one of my favorite queens on season 7. Also rooting for Kylie because she's a baddie. And honestly, I'm also rooting for Raja. I think Raja is very cool. I actually did like her a lot on season 11, as well as Akuria, who I'm also rooting for. And I'm very excited to see what they bring on All-Star 6 overall. I hope there are some nice twists and turns here and there. I think they're doing the lip sync assassin format from season 5 again, which honestly I'm not excited for, but I hope there are some fun new twists. Another fun twist that happened, my ankle. It hurts. I'm sorry, I'm just not over the fact that like I literally hiked up a fucking mountain, or like a hill, whatever, I don't know. There was a lot of uneven paths, lots of rocks and shit. I almost fell down twice, and like for some reason I was perfectly fine by the end of that. That was cool. And then walking back to my fucking car, which was parked on a flat road, like a normal road. Well, it was a dirt road, but it was still flat. And like, that's where my leg decides to fuck up and twist my ankle. I just find that so funny. I'm sorry. That really just sums up my existence overall, I feel like. I guess real quick to just talk about the build again, you can see here I am planting some flowers and bushes, and I'm starting to like fill up all the natural items on the build and just kind of do stuff like that. Basically, it's just a lot of me not thinking and just doing when it came theme to fencing and planting flowers and weeds and stuff. That's basically how I decorate when I'm trying to create very natural builds. I don't really like to think things through. I just kind of plop it down, see if it looks cute, and then if it does, it does, and if it doesn't, whatever. I could just remove it real quick and try again until it looks cute and hopefully not break my shovel in the process. Alright, now here's the fun part of the build where basically I ran around my island, dug up a bunch of trees, and finally planted them in front of all the houses where I had planned to plant them. Currently I haven't actually planted any trees yet. These are literally all the trees that came on my island as soon as I started the game, just because I'm too lazy to plant a bunch of new trees down, so I'm probably going to do that after I run out of trees, just so that Isabel doesn't yell at me for having too many trees on my island, because I need a golden watering can. So yeah, as you can see, it's starting to look pretty nice. It's starting to come together overall, and I'm very happy with the outcome of the build. Yeah, cool. I don't know what I'm saying. Speaking of nature, I would like to bring up one more weird thing that happened on the hike, and that's the fact that there were so many fucking caterpillars everywhere, and they kept climbing down from their little web thingies or whatever, and they kept landing on my head. It was so scary. Like, I went back to my car with my twisted ankle, and there was like 2 caterpillars just on my head. I don't know what that was about. That was a weird experience, and it was definitely life-changing, I'll say that for sure. Bugs are weird. They're very cool, but they're very weird. I don't understand the need of them. Here I am catching a bug for some reason, and build's almost done. I'm just gonna leave this in completely unedited because I'm too lazy to keep editing. And okay, yeah, I'm gonna shut up now. Okay, bye. What's up? I time traveled a few days to let the bushes grow in, and here is the final tour of the place. Here's Melba's house. It looks cute. It looks cute. And right next door, of course, is Bubbles' house. Also very fun. And then we have a bunch of trees. You can see I added a few more trees and did some zhuzhing up before the final tour. And then literally right next to Bubbles' house, we have this nice view of the lake right behind. I think it's stunning, and it'll look even better when I finally decorate that area. And then coming down here, we have this place right behind Sprocket's house, and then a little pathway over here that leads to Sprocket's house. There'll be codes for all the things that I used in the description, of course. And then on the third tier, we have Beau's house. I don't know why I'm taking forever to show off that Beau's house is right here. I think it's cute overall. What do y'all think? And yeah, we're at the end of the video now. Like the video and do all the other stuff. Bye.